So we had some news come out a little bit earlier today regarding Davante Adams and the New Orleans Saints. I want to share it here. It came out from Jeremy Fowler of ESPN. He said, quote, "Teams I've talked to believe the Saints might just be the favorite because they are on Adams' short list of preferred destinations and are willing to be aggressive. Yes, the Jets are involved, but the Raiders probably will go with the best package. And because Adams seems to prefer going to the Jets or Saints, the Raiders are starting there, knowing they can expand the list if needed. As of now, those two teams appear to be in the driver's seat. To your point, Dan Graziano, yes, the Steelers have a desire to trade for Adams, hoping to address their receiver needs once and for all, but Adams is a factor in all of this, and he seems to be ready to play with one of his former quarterbacks. So if you're a Saints fan, you're probably excited that the Saints are interested in Davante, I would assume. I think that whatever offense gets Davante Adams, they obviously take a jump up just because you add a top-tier talent to any team. You're going to get better overall. But with the Saints right now, they're in a pretty interesting position with Derek Carr getting injured in the past couple of days. It came out from NFL.com. New Orleans Saints quarterback Derek Carr exited his team's Monday night loss to the Chiefs early, and he's unlikely to return anytime soon. Carr is expected to miss multiple weeks due to an oblique injury he suffered in the defeat. NFL Network insiders Rappaport and Garofalo reported on Tuesday, and it also came out that Spencer Rattler is a strong candidate to start against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And one thing I was considering with this news coming out, with Derek Carr being injured, potentially missing a couple weeks, will that factor into Davante Adams' decision? Because if you look at the Saints right now, they're currently sitting at 2-3 after an insanely hot start, sitting at 2-0, putting up 40-plus points in back-to-back games against the Panthers, against the Dallas Cowboys. It really looked like this offense may be one of the best in the NFL. Since that point, things have not gone quite as smoothly. Now they're in a 3-game losing streak, and with Derek Carr potentially missing multiple weeks, I would assume at least 2 games. Could it be 3? At that point, if they don't win those games, you're sitting at 2-5, 2-6. I feel like Davante Adams would probably want to go to a place where he feels that they can be contenders. At this point, I don't think it's, all hope is lost for the Saints necessarily. But the longer Derek Carr is out, I think the longer, it's going to hinder the Saints from really getting to where they want to be. And so I would guess that Davante wants to go to the Jets overall. They're in a similar position, sitting at 2-3. Saleh, of course, just got fired. It's sort of a confusing situation over there with the New York Jets. But I feel like the Jets are a better overall situation for Davante. And I really do have some questions with this Saints offense. Right now, their offensive line just has not been very good. They're currently 24th in pressure percentage allowed per NFL Pro at 37%. And in that last game against the Kansas City Chiefs, Derek Carr was getting smacked, seemed like every single play. And adding Davante is not going to fix that problem. And so I am a little bit concerned about the Saints offense going forward. I still think they'll be pretty good overall, but they seem to be pretty hot and cold. And that is, sort of what's happened with Derek Carr as well. His first 2 games, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. His last 3 games, 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. And one other interesting fact or stat that came out from Denny Carter at NBC. Early in the season, the Saints were really using a lot of play action as well as motion. But in the past 2 games against the Falcons, they only used play action 13% of the time. Against the Chiefs, they only used play action 13% of the time. So it seems like they've strayed away a little bit from what they were doing earlier in the season. And going forward, the question is, can they get back to being that team they were in the first couple weeks? They were facing bad defenses the first 2 weeks. The Panthers are the worst defense in the NFL, who they put 47 points up on. And then they put up 44 against the Cowboys, who surprisingly this year have the 24th ranked scoring defense in the NFL. So I don't think Davante Adams going to the New Orleans Saints fixes all their problems. It definitely makes them better. But there are a lot of injuries on the Saints offensive line that need to, those guys need to get healthier. And once they're healthier, I think we should see a little bit, improvement of play. But still, I think it is a weak link on this Saints team. So we'll keep an eye on this. We'll keep an eye on Davante Adams to see where he goes. If you want to stay up to date with all things NFL, make sure you subscribe and turn on the post notifications. And I'll see you guys next time.